Marketing automation for a small business isn't a developer, an expensive platform, or a robot taking over your brand. It is actually a tedious task you do by hand today that eats up your time every week, set up once to happen on its own tomorrow. In this video, I'll show you where to start building marketing automations using free tools with no technical skills required. My name is Jordan with May Media. Most automation advice online is built for big teams with big budgets. This isn't that. This is automation for the person who is the whole marketing department by themselves. If that's you, subscribe, because helping small businesses, marketing teams learn is the purpose of our channel. Let's clear up what automation actually is. Automation is a trigger and an action. When something happens, do X. For example, when a lead fills out your form on your website, you set up an automation to automatically send them an email so that they get a reply right away. That's an automation. What an automation is not is something that you can just set up and forget. You have to review it regularly to make sure that it's working properly and how you want. Automation isn't just a band-aid that can fix everything. If your systems are broken, automation is not the answer. The answer is fixing your systems and then figuring out what the pain points in that system are and automating those once the system works properly. You still need the human element to make AI be a great tool. Without the humans there and in the process, the system can break very easily. So what should you automate first? Let's talk about some of the best automations that we've found as starter automations. The first is the instant lead reply. This is the same thing as the speed to lead that we've mentioned in a lot of other videos and on our website. This is when somebody fills out your form on your website and then they instantly get sent a personalized email sent from your email, welcoming them and telling them that you're excited to have them and work with them. Then we have the follow-up sequence. This is essentially just sending follow-up emails to stay in the front of the customer's mind. For example, if you're a pest control company and you have a call with somebody and they say that they need to check with their spouse before they sign up. Well, when dinner comes around, they might have forgotten about the call entirely. If you're sending follow-up emails, then they get an email around dinner time that reminds them, hey, looking forward to hearing your response, and so on until you close the lead. You want to make sure that you have some human touch points in there as well, and that it's not just all automated emails going to follow up with them. But some automated ones can really help, and if you put in the work to make sure that you give the AI your voice so that it sounds like you when it writes the emails, then you can be very successful building sales off of that. Then we have the review request. This is when somebody checks out on your online store and then they instantly get an email requesting a review on how the process went. Or once you see that an item's delivered to them, then it sends the review email. You can make that decision on your own. And then the internal alert. Anytime somebody fills out your form on your website to get in contact with you, there's certain telltale signs in the information that they input that this is a high value lead and that this is a client that you really want. The AI can categorize based on the information in their form, so then it can notify you the second it gets a high value lead so that you're on top of it and you can go make human contact immediately. Now on to what tools to use. And good news, you probably already have what you need. First, look at your email, booking, and point of sale tools. Most of them probably have automation already built into their software. This means that you can build automations pretty easily within those platforms. If they don't, they at least have an API. Before you buy anything new, look at what you already pay for. Just like those other platforms, a lot of things already have automation builders in them now. When you do need a connector, pick one with a free tier and a visual builder like Zapier. It makes it really easy to make automations in there. If a tool requires code, it's probably the wrong tool for where you're at right now if you're unable to code. Now let's walk through how to build an automation and then take a look at one that we've built. First, you pick one workflow. This is identifying your pain point and then figuring out the automation that you need to use for it. Step 2, map the trigger and the action. This is figuring out what is the event that's going to cause the automation to start, and then what is the automation doing. 3, you write the message. So if it's sending an email or a text or something, that you have your voice programmed into the automation, not just whatever it feels like saying. Then you turn it on and you test it. I will say the write the message might not be used in every automation. Some automations that we use are simply taking stats from one platform and putting them into another platform so that we can look at everything in one place. Now to take a look at a speed delete automation that we've built. We have the catch hook right here as step 1, and this is simply somebody hits the submit on our form. Then it runs code to pick out all of the data inside of the form entry, and then it filters it out based on information. We, on this one, use a spam filter, and if it looks like somebody's trying to sell us something, or it just looks like it's a spam filling out the form in general, it filters them out and doesn't even notify us. Step 4, we have it send an email to whoever filled out the form, welcoming them and telling them that we're excited, as well as what to expect on the discovery call if they booked one. If they didn't book a discovery call, our follow-up email encourages a booking of the discovery call. Then number 5, we track everything in monday.com, and that is where it sends all of the information for leads for us. And then it sends us an email with a summary of the client with a potential score out of 10 on how good of a client it thinks that they could possibly be. Now let's talk about some mistakes to avoid. 1, automating everything all at once. Build one workflow at a time. Watch it for a week, then build the next one. Overlapping and trying to build out every idea that comes to your head at once means that you're going to get a lot of half-finished or maybe less finished products. And a lot of them aren't going to work properly because you didn't put the time in to make sure that it works properly. 2, writing robotic messages. Automated doesn't mean that your messages should sound cold and like a human didn't write them. Write it like a human because a human's going to read it. The automation process helps save time, and it can work if you put in the time to set up the automation correctly and make sure that the messages that it's sending are actually sounding like you. If it doesn't have that human element, then when a human reads it, they're not going to feel connected to your company. So to recap, automations are built off of a trigger and an action. When you're first starting out building marketing automations, start with one workflow. Try to use the tools that you already have to build the automation because they'll make it simple and you're already used to their platforms. Go slow and make sure that you build the automation well and that you take time to test it. If you would like to learn how to build a lead response system more in depth, check out May Media Stars because this month I'm posting an in-depth walkthrough on how to build that. If you'd like more information on Stars, go ahead and head to our website, maymedia.com, and go to the Stars page where we have all the information and you can sign up. If you'd rather hand off and let somebody else build an automation for you, we build automations for businesses. So you can just head to our website, fill out our contact form, and schedule a discovery call with me, and then we can hop on a call and try to figure out what automation will help you. These slides that you see in the video are going to be available for download on our blog post about this same topic this month. Again, my name is Jordan with May Media, and I'll see you guys in the next one.